We're going to show you how to install a spool gun on a Hobart Handler 140, 180, and also the same principles apply to the Hobart Handler 135 and 175. Now looking at the machine, you're going to notice on the inside the two wires that go to the trigger on a strain relief with spade connectors on them. So you're going to take a pair of pliers or needle nose and pull that out and let it sit for a second. Also, look at your drive motor, which is down here at the bottom, and the red and the black wire go up and plug in the printed circuit board right here. Now in the kit you'll get, or what you need, is it comes with a switch, and on the end of the switch there's two white plugs. Now the plugs, one of them is going to plug into the printed circuit board up here, and the other plug is going to go into where your drive motor hooks up, which is right here. Now on the switch there's a red and a black wire, and we'll get to those two in a minute. What you're going to do is take your spade connectors off of this switch, and you're going to cut these two wires off, and you're going to install two pins on them. So you're going to end up changing it from looking like spade connectors here to the pins that are crimped on to look like this. Now those pins are going to go into a 4-pin connector that you're going to mount on the front panel on the later machines, which is right here. On this machine there's a couple ways to mount that. One is you can drill a hole up in the top and drill some holes for pop rivets or screws to match your 4-pin connector. Or on the later model machines, you can go back up inside and you have to cut out the little plastic piece that's in there and a little piece of trim on the front, and then you push this through and it locks in. Now on this 4-pin connector there's 4 pins. Numbers 1 and 2 are going to go to your trigger wires. The pins, the plugs that like this that you've made, and they slide into pins 1 and 2. Pins 3 and 4 are going to be the red and the black wires that come off your switch. So that's going to give you power to your drive motor with those 2 pins there. So basically what you've got to install the switch, drill a hole and mount it into a panel. You can mount it wherever you want to mount it in there, so that you flick the switch one way it's spool gun and one way it's regular MIG. You're going to have your spade connectors, which you're going to change to 4 pins, similar to these, so that they go into pins 1 and 2. You're going to take your black and red wire and put them in pins 3 and 4 on the 4-pin connector in the front. So when you plug in your spool gun, you're going to have power to the drive motor and continuity closure for the contactor. And basically that's it. Now on your regular MIG gun, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut the spade connectors off of the MIG gun. And on that, you're going to get one of these, which is your 4-pin plug, and you're going to have to put 2 butt connectors on that and use that to connect to your Hobart MIG gun, so that that MIG gun now will plug into the front of the new panel in the front. That allows you to use your regular MIG gun. And basically that's it. Make sure if you put your wires in that all your wires are secure and tight and they're not in the way of anything, they're not touching anything. Use argon gas for your spool gun when running aluminum. And when you set up your machine to run aluminum, make sure that the positive terminal goes to the gun block. Most of these Hobarts are set up so that the negative terminal goes to the gun block, and that's for running flux cord wire. When you want to run solid wire, you want to reverse these 2 wires so that the positive wire goes to the gun block and the negative wire goes to your ground clamp. And that's all basically explained on your front panel, your top panel up here, which shows you the different polarity and how to change the polarity for whatever you're doing. Solid wires and flux cord wires. So your mounting of your switch can be in one of these holes. If you have an older machine, you're going to use one of these holes for a switch, and you can, which we drilled this hole in here, it wasn't here. And this hole here we drilled because that's on the older machines, that's where you're going to end up putting your 4-pin connector. And that's going to be your switch, and basically that's all you got, and everything after that is done. go ahead and enjoy your welding. Have a good day.